right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach Hadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace, blessings, salutations to the full elect that is out there pushing, laboring, believing, listening to this truth with heart sincerity. And may the blessing election be upon your households. All right, the title and the topic of this lesson is going to be, all right, this world has nothing to offer you. All right, this world has nothing to offer you. A lot of people in this world, right, growing up, they'll hear, you gotta be, let me say this for Jake, really for Jake, honestly. Growing up, Jake here, you need to be an athlete. You need to be a doctor, a lawyer, you need to be a rapper, and so forth. You need to be rich, a drug dealer, a scammer, whatever the case may be, right? The things that this world promotes as, you're not making it unless you fall within these categories, all right? Or unless you fall within these, the income categories of these things, all right? And that is honestly a fucked up and misconstrued conception, all right? Because even if you do have all those things, so what? This world has nothing to offer you, man. The only thing this world has to offer you is death and destruction, man. That is the things that this world truly is offering and leading you towards. All right? Everything that is promoted in this place is demonic. The people are so out of whack, so bugged out. They're so bugged out in this place, man, to the point where people see being bugged out as being quote unquote normal, man. When in reality, those are not the normal people, man. But us that is, reading the scriptures, that's following the scriptures, that's following after Yahweh Shemel Shai, right? That's doing everything to be found pleasing in the sight of the Lord, that's standing up for righteousness, that's speaking against the wickedness, that's calling out the wickedness, man. We're looked at as if we're crazy, as if we're the bugged out ones, man. But no, it's the people in the world that's bugged out, man. All this world has to offer is going off, death and destruction, man. They're constantly promoting being a sodomite. They're constantly promoting, being an adulterer, being a harlot, being a whoremonger, right? They're constantly promoting all the things that's contrary, right? That Yahweh Shemel Shai goes against, man, right? That's contrary from what's written in the scriptures. That is what this world promotes and offers. That's what they have to offer, man. That's why they push so many things that is quote unquote fulfilling the lust of the flesh. That's why they push so many things that attack your spirit, man. That's why they promote all these high levels of demonic things, man. Right? They're doing high levels of witchcraft, man. Everywhere you go, it's virtually impossible to escape it in Babylon, America, man. You turn to see a billboard, you'll see 2 sodomite men on there, man. You go on social media, you'll see a harlot, man. It's virtually impossible to avoid these things in Babylon, man. That's why we are constantly vexed in this place. That's why we are constantly sighing and crying in this place, man. But our people are so far gone and destroyed in this place that they truly believe that this world has something to offer. They're so drunk off of this Babylonian wine. They're so drunk off of the illusion that this place is constantly pushing out and promoting unto our people, man. And again, some of our people are lost cause, man. Some of our people are not going to get right. Some of our people are not going to repent, man. Right? At the end of the day, we ultimately understand that there's going to be a 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. The 2/3 is not going to repent. 2/3 is not going to, forsake this world, man. And ultimately what? They're going to end up having to receive the judgment that's going to fall upon this place, man. Which is a judgment of death and destruction, man. Right? This world truly has nothing to offer. It will not benefit you in any way, man. This world will truly destroy your soul. This world will truly remove any type of decency, morality, right? These people lack morals. These people lack decency in this place, man. This is what this world has to offer, man. That's why we forsake this place. That's why we rather go and serve Yahweh Ba'Shem Al-Shai with all our sincerity, man. That's why we speak against the wicked of this place, man. That's why we constantly sighing and crying, hastening the coming of Yahweh Shai, hastening the kingdom, hastening salvation. Whoa.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
It's a lot, kid. I don't know what just happened. I don't know if the video cut out or not. You know, I don't know if you heard me or not. You know that the Siri just kicked on just now, man. Satan, right? Satan. You know, whenever you speak up against this place, man, you know these demons gonna try to, you know, tap in and try to knock you off your pivot, man. But guess what? The show must go on. All right. But let's jump into these precepts. This is Mark the 8th chapter, verse 36, and it reads, for what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? And that's what we see in this place, man. You see people, right, that's quote unquote winning in this society. You see people that's, you know, have the riches, that have the renown, that has the quote unquote status, right? That's a status symbol and so forth, man. Right? They have everything, quote unquote everything that this world could offer. But at what cost? A lot of these individuals, you know, sold their souls. They did all types of wicked type of acts, had no sense of morals, did all types of indecent things to get to their level, man. A lot of these celebrities, man, to get to that level at where they're at now, they had to do some type of humiliation ritual, some type of sacrifice, some type of sodomite behavior, you know, for the women, some type of, you know, debauchery, you know, keep it, you know, PG, you know. But again, it's like, what do you gain from that, man? How does that even benefit you, man? You went out of your way to do all types of wicked things to gain temporal riches, man. Temporal things that's not going to be here, you know, past the missiles, man. That's not going to survive a missile, man. That's why we don't care about this place. That's why we hate this place, man. That's why we truly see the world for what it is, man. It's a smokescreen. It's a facade. It's an illusion that these people try to push and promote in this place, man. Everything is a false reality of what they're promoting, man. They promote being a demon. They promote being a harlot. When you truly see the world for what it is, you sit back and see, and you really notice that this world has nothing to genuinely offer, man. The only thing that has to offer, or the only thing that we're looking forward to, honestly, is the kingdom, man. Right? Yahweh Ba'Shem Al-Shai has something to offer. And that's not corruptible. That's for eternity, man. The kingdom, salvation, being a part of that number, being the next and final rulers, being at peace, not having to wake up at whatever hours in the morning, 4, 5, 6, 7 a.m. to go punch into a clock, man. To get pennies on a dollar. To be treated like bottom barrel, man. When in reality, they're the ones that's the bottom barrel, right? These heathen nation, man. You know? I'm gonna continue on. I'm gonna grab this too, man. It's 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, right? Got a lot of these individuals that quote unquote are winning, that made the bag, that got the money, but they don't know Yahweh Ba'Shem Al-Shai. They're not following after the law, such commandments that's written in the scriptures, man. They're not doing everything they could possibly do to be found pleasing in the sight of Yahweh Ba'Shem Al-Shai. They're so attached and intertwined and in love with this world, man. So ultimately what? They're gonna receive the judgment that's gonna come to those in this world, man. Let me continue on. Matter of fact, let me jump down this. Matter of fact, just to get this is the point I want. 2 Esdras 9:12, the same must know that after death by pain. That's gonna also be the latter end of these individuals, man, that truly believe that this world has something to offer. You're basically getting scammed, in other terms, man. You know, you're basically getting hit with a rug pull scheme, man. They enticed you. They made you believe that, you know, you could build in this place, man. They made you believe that this is it, man. To do this, to sell out like this, to give up your morals. And then they pulled the rug on you, man. Gotcha. Now you on the receiving end of the Lord's wrath, man. Now you got to go through that death by pain, man. Now you got to go through these different judgments. It's a setup, man. You're getting backdoored by this world, man. That's why we gave this world up. That's why we went to serve Yahweh Shemel Shah. Because the Lord is not going to rug pull us, man. The Lord is not going to scam us, right? The Lord is not going to be like, gotcha. Nah. Everything that is written in the scriptures is faithful and true. All the promises that the Lord told us is going to happen. The Lord is not one to lie. So we could put all of our eggs in that basket when it comes down to serving Yahweh Shemel Shah. All right. This is Jeremiah 10:2. It reads, "Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them." Right? Learn not the way of the heathen. Our people are right, are in, you know, that Gentile mindset, following after the ways of the heathen. You got our people that's following after, you know, being Muslim, right? That's a new hip thing now that's being promoted to Jake, right? Thinking that that's the answer. Thinking that, man, this world, this is what they got to offer, man. They got to offer, you know, being a Muslim, man. You know, calling themselves Ham, you know, thinking that they African, follow after, you know, the Kemetic ways, right? Ultimately, following after the ways of the heathen, man. Doing all these other things except truly repenting, forsaking this world, and coming back to their true power, which is Yahweh Shemel Shah, and serving him. But yet they'll pray to these idol gods. They'll pray to Chezi, Buddha, Allah, and so forth, man. Straight confusion, man. It's ultimately just leading you to your demise. You're being warned right now. If you came across this video, you're being warned right now, man. The Lord is stretching forth his hand and calling you back. But yet our people will scoff. Our people will mock, misuse the prophets, threaten the prophets, and so forth, man. But ultimately that's gonna end up having the wrath of Yahweh Shemel Shah fall upon you, man, by doing those things, man. Shit, last week at camp, it was a Jake that walked by the camp, you know, and one of the guys that worked downtown, he came up, he was like, y'all good? He was like, yeah, what happened? He was like, man, the guy that was walking by, you know, Jake with dreads and shit, he was like, he was like talking like, man, I hate them guys, man. They stupid, them niggas stupid. That's Jake for you, man. Whole time we warning you of what's to come, telling you who you truly are, giving you the good news, right? Giving you the gospel, man. But that's the response and average mentality of Jake out here, man. That's why 2/3 of people gotta go. Point blank, period, man. And we ain't gonna feel bad for you 2/3, man, because you've been warned. You chose to serve this world. You chose to serve Daddy Esau. You thought this world had something to offer. But newsflash, you're being bamboozled. You're being scammed by the ultimate finesser, which is Esau Edom, and all his masquerading and shows and facades and illusions. But the Lord has been giving Jake the opportunity, man, to get back and repent. You got the prophets, Lord willing, we are those men on the highways and hedges, blowing those spiritual trumpets, giving that warning, man. You got brothers throughout, the different, four corners of the world uploading videos, man. Every time you go on YouTube, you refresh, you see a new video getting uploaded by our brother, man. It's there. You're not even getting charged for it, man, like these pastors and these plantation, Christianity churches, man. But yet Jake won't take heed, man. And ultimately their latter end is going to be terrible. This is Job, the 12th chapter, verse 25. He that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it unto life eternal. So our people that think that this place has something to offer, that loves this place so much, that loves their life in this place so much, ultimately they're going to lose everything in this place, man. Because all these things are temporal. Your job's temporal. Your car's temporal. The clothes is temporal. The luxury, all these luxury things that you're looking forward to is temporal. It's all going to get destroyed. It's all going to pass. But us that hate this world, us that, look forward, to the kingdom, that look forward to the destruction of this place, man. Those are the ones that's gonna, keep their life, until eternity. Those are the ones that's, gonna have the hedge of protection over them in these times that we're coming into, man. Those are the ones that's gonna be found favorable in the sight of Yahweh Shem Al Shai, because they hate this place, they forsake this place, man, and they chose to rather serve Yahweh Shem Al Shai than to indulge into the debaucheries and foolishness and illusions that this world had to falsely promote. All right. I'm gonna continue on. This is Colossians, the 3rd chapter, verse 2, and it reads, "Set your affections on things above, not on things on earth." And that is where our mentality should be at on a consistent basis, man. Focusing on the kingdom, man. Focusing on the promises. Focusing on what to come, man. Not the lies and the low level things that this world has to offer, that this world promotes, that this world tells you is the quote unquote answers, man. It's focusing on the kingdom, man. All right. I'm gonna close out with this right here. This is James 4:4. It reads, "Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God." Point blank, period, man. If you love this world, if you are a friend of this world, then ultimately what? You are an enemy of Yahweh Shem Al Shai. And we already know what's going to happen to the enemies of the Lord, man. They're going to be on the receiving end of the Lord's wrath. And that's the truth. That's the facts. That's what's written. This is not coming from my own words, my own opinions. This is coming from the scriptures, man. Forsake this world and come back and serve Yahweh Shem Al Shai. All right. But with that, I'm going to close this lesson out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the elect of Israel. With that being said, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace, blessings, salutations to the full elect that is out there pushing, laboring, believing, and listening on to this truth with heart sincerity. Until next time, shalom, and ball, Kwame Sharala, shalom.